Is you ready? You ain't really about it if you ain't prepared to die. Talking about loyalty, but you ain't ready to ride. Get your mind right, he coming like a thief in the night. Is you ready? Is you ready? You ain't really about it if you ain't prepared to die. Talking about loyalty, but you ain't ready to ride. Get your mind right, he coming like a thief in the night. Is you ready? Is you ready? Laughing at your idol gods, looking like some Digimons. Babylon won't carry on, this dragon getting mini bombs. You can call me Daniel, son, you know I serve the living God. Yours is made of brass.
Hey, shalom family, most high in Christ bless. Happy Sabbath, how y'all doing? Brothers, y'all all right? Sisters, how y'all doing? Y'all in the spirit? All praise, all praise. Y'all stuck with me again. Y'all stuck with Officer Benji. Yeah. He been working on his English. So we gonna be all right. Y'all understood his class, right? Hey, all praise. That's my brother right there. Today, put the title of the class up. Oh, is this TV loading up right here? It's loading up? Okay, all right, I just like looking that way for some reason. But anyway, the title is called The Infrastructure of an Organized Nation, right? So this class, Lord's will be some edification for all of us in, you know, what's required of us being a part of the body and learning how to not only operate within ourselves, but also operate as a team. Many of us, we come from the world where, you know, you used to doing things on your own, right? You come from the slogans of "Can't nobody judge me," and y'all know how black people are. We hate when somebody tell us something about ourselves. All right, so I want y'all to write this down because the class is going to be broken off into 3 sections. All right, the first section is who's to blame, and put a question mark by it. The second section will be the burden of leadership. And then the third section will be the importance of teamwork in an organization. Everybody got that? The importance of teamwork in an organization. So, IT, let me know when this TV's ready over here. Okay, it is ready. All right, so the first section, y'all, is going to be dealing with accountability for ourselves. A lot of times when things happen in our lives, we oftentimes look for other people to blame. And that is not the way to grow, because all of us can point the finger somewhere, but what we have to learn to do is point the finger at ourselves. Because a lot of times we think, oh, it was my upbringing the way I'm this way. It was this, or this person said this. Listen, you can only be responsible for what you do. If somebody cursing you out, you know, or talking to you crazy, you have to control your spirit. Matter of fact, give me that in Proverbs 25. And we'll probably come back to it later, but as I'm on the topic, I want to touch on it. Proverbs 25 and verse 28.
Proverbs chapter 25, verse 28.
Come on.
He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls.
So the Bible says if you can't control your spirit, you're like a city that is broken down and without walls, meaning you'll allow any and everything to affect your spirit. Sister said this to you, now she got you all in a bunch. Brother said this to you, now you mad. And a lot of times, what we have to learn is how to operate amongst each other, how to take orders from men, how to take instruction from others. And it's not always about the person above you. Sometimes your peers might give you an order or advice on something that needs to be done. But because you so caught up in your own world, you don't want to hear it from them. Oh, you the same rank as me. How you gonna give me advice about doing? The brother told you make sure you got your boot blouses. You cursing him out. Damn. Go ahead. You was about to say something? Go ahead. You was about to say something?
Hey, that is spirit, because that's what the same thing my class was about. Hey, that is spirit, because me and him this spoke. I asked what was his class about. You told me what his class about.
And you know what's funny? Yesterday, because remember I asked you, I said you got a thumbnail for your class. I was gonna ask you what's your class topic, but I said, nah, you know what? I want to see, if he's been, catching, for lack of better words, right? So let's start out with one of these videos. Let's start with number 10. I'm gonna try to slow walk this down, but we got to get through this content as well. I got a lot of videos, so I'm gonna try to get through all of them. Y'all just bear with me. But go ahead, let's play it.
How many of you are blamers? How many of you, when something goes wrong, the first thing you want to know is whose fault it is? Hi, my name is Brene. I am a blamer. Let me just tell you this quick story. So this is a couple years ago when I first realized the magnitude to which I blame. I'm in my house. I have on white slacks and a pink sweater set, and I'm drinking a cup of coffee in my kitchen. It's a full cup of coffee. I drop it on the tile floor. It goes into a million pieces, splashes up all over me. And a millisecond after it hit the floor, right out of my mouth is this: damn you, Steve. Who is my husband? Because let me tell you how fast this works for me. So Steve plays water polo with a group of friends. And the night before, he went to go play water polo. And I said, hey, make sure you come back at 10, because I can never fall asleep until you're home. And he got back at 10:30. And so I went to bed a little bit later than I thought. Ergo, my second cup of coffee that I probably would not be having had he come home when we discussed. Therefore, and so the rest of that story is I'm cleaning up the kitchen. Steve calls, caller ID. I'm like, hey. He's like, hey, what's going on, babe? What's going on? So I'll tell you exactly what's going on. I'm cleaning up the coffee that spilled all, like dial tone. Because he knows. How many of you go to that place when something bad happens, the first thing you want to know is whose fault is it? I'd rather it be my fault than no one's fault. Because why? Why? Because it gives us some semblance of control. But here, if you enjoy blaming, this is where you should stick your fingers in your ear and do the na thing, because I'm getting ready to ruin it for you. Because here's what we know from the research. Blame is simply the discharging of discomfort and pain. It has an inverse relationship with accountability. Accountability, by definition, is a vulnerable process. It means me calling you and saying, hey, my feelings were really hurt about this, and talking. It's not blaming. Blaming is simply a way that we discharge anger. People who blame a lot seldom have the tenacity and grit to actually hold people accountable, because we expend all of our energy raging for 15 seconds and figuring out whose fault something is. And blaming is very corrosive in relationships, and it's one of the reasons we miss our opportunities for empathy. Because when something happens and we're hearing a story, we're not really listening. We're in the place where I was, making the connections as quickly as we can about whose fault something was.
Stop it. So, a lot of heavy points that came out of this example, right? And this is crazy because a lot of the examples that we'll use today is going to be Esau and how they operate in their corporate spaces, their places of work, all these different things, because there are some concepts that we can take that are actually scriptural, it comes from the Bible. The Bible is the source. These are just examples I'm giving you of painting what the Bible already says. Because a lot of times, as soon as somebody starts telling us something about ourselves, what we do? We jump on the defense. Soon as they, hey, bro, you know what? Me? You don't even know what they said yet. But immediately we jump on the defense because many of us hate being told about ourselves. We hate being corrected. Especially if we don't feel like we did nothing wrong. Don't let you feel like you ain't did nothing wrong. Because then you feel like you got even more reason. No, I got to defend myself. But I'm going to show y'all that that's not a good spirit to have. You was about to say something? Give me Romans 14:12.
Romans chapter 14, verse 12.
Because if we abided, we all decided to come through those doors, right? Nobody came in here with a gun pointed to their head, right? Raise your hand if you did, because we need to know. Nobody got forced into these buildings, right? And I often, especially when I'm speaking to the rank men, I always make this point. That purple shirt you got on, you chose to put that on. Nobody is forced into that purple shirt. Matter of fact, if you don't want the purple shirt, it's best to remove it and just be a regular brother. Because in building an organization, there's structure and organization involved in that. And what we realize is that a lot of brothers don't like that. Read that real quick, and then I want you to get me the definition of infrastructure. Merriam-Webster Dictionary. Read that.
Romans 14, verse 12. So then every one of us shall give an account of himself.
Of who?
Of himself.
Of who?
Of himself to God.
So guess what? That means that we as individuals must always examine what part that we played into it. Because no matter how innocent you may think you are, you played a part in it. You played a part in it. I remember Elder Laba told me, him and Deacon Malachi was talking to me after I had an incident. And he said, if you allow the door, if you open the door, you can't be mad at what comes through it. So if you was a little bit wrong, you can't be mad at what comes behind that. But what we love to do is we love to justify ourselves. We love to say, oh no, let me explain. That wasn't the case. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah? Okay. Let's read that. Read the second definition, because we understand that infrastructure is, like the first definition, but go to the second definition.
Infrastructure, the underlying foundation or basic framework as of a system or organization.
So, at Israel United in Christ, there's an underlying foundation or basic framework to how we operate. That's the one thing we all got to understand about the infrastructure of this organization. Now, get the definition of organization. What we all got to do, everybody in this building has to ask yourself, do I really want to be here? How many of y'all have ever done something you ain't want to do? It's hard as hell to make it through that, right? Every time it's, let's say I remember when I was coming in this truth, funny story. I was coming in this truth, and me and my rib went down to visit her parents, right? And we went to church on Sunday. Whoo! You know what it's like finding out you an Israelite, knowing you got to, I'm talking about this is early, right? And then going and sitting at church. Not only are we sitting at church, but guess where I was sitting at? On the front row. I felt like the pastor was throwing jabs at me the whole service. I'm sitting there mad as hell, ready to leave. Right? But the point I'm making is, y'all, it's going to be difficult if you don't really want to be here. If you don't really want to be here, guess what? When I correct you about something, you're going to feel a certain type of way. You're going to be in your emotions. The next 3 Sabbaths, we ain't going to see you. The sister said this, that, and the third. Well, sis, why don't you go talk to her and figure out, if she meant it, or if that's what she meant, or if your feelings are valid.
That's when the rule of bitterness kick in.
Absolutely. Hey, get that in Sirach 19, I think it is. These ain't even the scriptures I got written down, but as I'm talking, they're just coming to my mind. 19 and 13.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 19, verse 13.
Come on.
Admonish a friend. It may be he hath not done it.
Sometimes it ain't that deep. Especially if you close to me, I may say something, but I don't mean nothing by it. Right? But we joke and we joke hard. If you got thin skin, sensitive skin, I'm telling y'all, it's going to be hard to have that purple shirt on. In Atlanta, shoot. It's going to be hard. But guess what? You being able to withstand the culture that's here helps equip you to be better for other places. Because you able to be successful in a system that you know is difficult, you're going to go other places. Oh, this is a breeze. Now you got to take that spirit and go to other places and help build those men up. Because I'm going to tell you one thing you appreciate when you go to other places. I appreciate coming up in Atlanta. I'm always like, man, sometimes it was hard. Still is hard, right? But I appreciate it because when I go other places, I'm like, man, we move so different. Certain things that's just like embedded in us. It might be difficult other places. You learn a lot by having so many leaders around you, right? So read this definition of organization.
Organization. The act or process of organizing or of being organized. The condition or manner of being organized.
So the thought is that when you have an organization, there's structure involved. We got offices, right? We have men over the offices, right? There's a structure that's in the body. And as we grow, we got to get even more tighter and tighter on how we're running the organization. Because I don't know about y'all, but it's very difficult to control a mass group of people. Every year we do tabernacles, we do Passover, we do all these events. And guess what? We give simple instructions to the body. How many of y'all think that everybody follows those instructions? Raise your hand. Y'all know how Israel is. You know how you is. We'll read the instructions, they'll announce them, and then we'll be like, we'll want to ask the questions later. We don't pay attention to when the announcement being made. Listen, we've done had the same PayPal for years. We done announced for years that we don't have a Cash App. We had to put it on the thumbnail that we don't have a Cash App. And guess what people still do? Send the money to Cash App. Y'all think it's a joke when we say stuff like that. I'm telling you. So knowing that it's difficult for us to follow very simple tasks, how much more detailed what must we be in an organization this big? That's why it's imperative for us as individuals to make sure that we pulling our weight. Because think about Bishop Nathaniel and the weight that he already got on his shoulders. And if he had to be concerned with you registering late for Passover because you just didn't follow the instructions, or you ain't get the spot you wanted at Tabernacles, and now you got a complaint. Let's go back to the videos real quick. Play number play 5. We're going to play a couple of them back to back. So play 5. Start with 5. Go ahead.
Called ownership. And if you want to blame other people,
it's not showing.
Called ownership. And if you want to blame other people for the problem, and I say this all the time, if you don't take ownership of the problem's not going to get solved. So if you blame your parents for not having raised you in a disciplined environment, you're not going to solve that problem. You're looking at your parents saying, if you would have done a better job being more disciplined for me, I would be more disciplined now. So that means you can't do anything. You actually can do something. And it doesn't matter how your parents raised you and brought you up. You can have the discipline you need to decide to do it.
Play the next one. Number 6.
Imagine your plans didn't work out. Okay, now you sit down and you say to yourself, even if the world was conspiring against me and my failure was 95% the fault of external occurrences and other people, what did I do that wasn't as good as it could have been? And where did I fail to look so that the probability of my failure was higher? Now, to ask that question, you have to want the answer. That's what it means to knock or to ask or to seek. This is no joke. It's like you have to want to know. And it's a very painful thing to do because you're going to be searching for the errors that you still made. And discovering your own errors is always extremely painful, right? Especially if they're errors that you're in love with. And so you have to be willing to strip yourself down. That's what humility means fundamentally.
So that means that, like I pointed out earlier, right? Even when you think that you're innocent in the situation, you got to say to yourself, you know what, it's my fault. Imagine if we approached every situation that way. Even when you know it's not your fault, but you say, you know what, yeah, you're right, it's my fault. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. 2 Peter. Or is it 1 Peter 2? 1 Peter 2:20, right? Or 2:19? And then after that, we're going to go to Galatians 6 and verse 3. So it's important to, when examining why we are where we are, to ask yourself, what could I be doing better? You a soldier, you ain't get the 10 test, guess what? Damn, I felt like I was ready, but maybe I'm not ready. What I need to do to get myself ready for the next level? Clearly, I'm not doing something. Because if you deem the bishops, the deacons, the captains, all these men to be righteous men, spiritual men, you got to say, damn, why they ain't seeing me spiritually? Right? And it's not always that we not see. Maybe it's something that we say, you know what, let's see if he handles this. Let's see if he can fix this thing. But brothers will, everybody, the whole world is against me. They holding me back. No, you holding your damn self back. How are we holding you back from prospering, from growing, how are we doing that? I've been around the bishops, the deacons, the captains. I've been in this truth for 11 years now. I have never seen them be partial when it comes to raising brothers up. Never. I've never seen it. If anything, I've seen deacons show brothers mad mercy. Mad mercy. Some brothers should have had their rank going a long time ago. A long time ago. But mercy was shown. No, let the brother, okay. Because you know the young brothers, we quick to pull the trigger. Right? But the elder men will show you, no, not yet. Build them up. But a lot of times we take it as, oh, they holding me back. They don't want me to, they hate me. What do leaders get out of hating somebody that they're supposed to be teaching and leading? And we're going to go over it. I know I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm just, when I hear stuff like that, y'all, it really drives me crazy because it's like, bruh, that when things like that happen, those type of conversations come up, it means that you don't understand what this is about. You don't. I was talking to Captain Yuri about it, and he made a point, and I was like, damn, I got to write that down because I'm going to say it in my class. But he says some brothers don't want to get promoted. They just don't want to lose their rank, right? So brothers will do the bare minimum in their rank or whatever the case may be, just to try to avoid demotion. And then it happens every year. Promotion time comes around. Everybody, the aura is there. People see brothers going to take tests and all this stuff. And now people start getting bitter. And you like, damn, I thought we was boys. I thought we was boys. Hey, what did I have you
1 Peter 2:19.
Let's read that.
1 Peter 2, verse 19.
Get me on a damn tangent. Read it.
For this is thankworthy. If a man for conscience towards God endure grief, suffering wrongfully.
Doing what?
Suffering wrongfully.
Read.
For what glory is it if, when ye be buffeted for your faults, ye shall take it patiently?
Come on.
But if, when ye do well and suffer for it, ye take it patiently, this is acceptable with God.
Because imagine when we've been done wrong and we patiently wait through that. I remember Deacon Abiel told me a story about something that happened to him a long time ago. I was like, damn, I would have never thought that. Because sometimes we see the leadership as they are now, and we think that they haven't necessarily been through what we've been through. Brothers see you now, and they'd be like, oh, Officer ain't never had to sweep the floors. Officer ain't never had to clean the barrier. Y'all crazy as hell. Everything we require of y'all don't think we did that? Y'all don't think we was in here busting floors? Y'all don't think we was in here cleaning bathrooms? Folding flyers? Even to this day, we'll still get down and do it. Because the greater you are, read that real quick, Sirach 3:18. The greater you are, the more humble you got to be. Some of y'all brothers y'all want the power. Y'all want to be able to tell somebody, go there, do this. Yeah, okay.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 3, verse 18.
Come on.
The greater thou art, the more humble thyself, and thou shalt find favor before the Lord.
So the higher you go, the more of a servant that you have to become. And some of us ain't willing to give up that much of ourselves yet. But you want the rank. When you go from 10 to 20, guess what? You got to give more of yourself up. When you go from 20 to 50, guess what? You got to give more of yourself up. It's not about the title. But if you don't look at it, if you looking at it as, oh, I gotta, and you're not just looking at, well, damn, what can I improve about myself? Men getting raised above you should say, damn, you know what? I gotta step it up. Even if you might have thought you was going hard, you ain't going hard enough. Play number 9. No, play number, I think we stopped on, play 7. You deleted the ones that we played, right? Okay, yeah, play 7.
I use this rule for myself and for my clients, and my children would probably tell you I have used it on them, okay? And here's the rule. No excuses, even if I'm hurting, even if I'm sick, even if I got bad news, even if I'm having a bad day, even if things are not going right, or even if I am on a medication, I am still responsible for what I say and do. I'm also responsible for what I think. So I'm also responsible for how I feel, for how I choose to communicate or experience that feeling. I am always 100% responsible for what I say or do. Is what I call the 100% rule.
Play the next one.
Stay away from people who act like a victim in a problem that they created. There are people like that in the world, or some of you obviously know some of them. But they act like a victim in a problem that they created. That's gaslighting. There are people that do that. My antidote to that is this. Spend more time with people with whom you have a common future instead of a common past.
Hey, you know what's funny? As I'm looking at this clip. Last night, yesterday, right? My wife was telling me, she was telling me about these. She take the kids to the library and stuff, right? So they borrowed these, they rented these tablets. And my wife was like, man, they charged me $30. I'm like, word, what for? She like, because it's late. But she's upset with them talking about how they gonna charge me $30. Sister, you late. They got rules put in place where if you late, it's a fee. You mad at them for charging a fee. But that's how we are. I know that 100% because I done worked in customer service before. People will complain to you and be mad at you about problems that they cause. You late on your phone bill, your phone get cut off, and you mad at the company for cutting your phone off. How y'all gonna cut my phone off? I was gonna pay the bill. How we know that? How we know you was gonna pay your phone bill? Y'all laughing because how many of y'all done been there? I done been there before. How y'all gonna charge me a late fee? That's how we are. A lot of times the problems that we create, we blame other people for. Nobody can put you in a box. Nobody can, stop you from being. Listen, if y'all believe in God, you got to know that whatever the Lord got in store for you, I can't take that away. I cannot take that away. We all got our own path that we're walking in this truth. And the timing is different, y'all. Everybody not going to get raised up to a captain at the same time. But if my brother sitting next to me, he get raised up to a captain, now I got issues with him. Was we really brothers? Now he say something to me, I got a problem with it. Oh, you think you good now? You think you too? Now you want to tell me what to do, brother? Now you want him to show partiality and favoritism. So now you want him to break the commandments to appease you. Go ahead. You was about to say something.
You'll be like, shit, I ain't promote myself. You know what I'm saying? You out there like, I did. What the Lord? Who promotion come from who?
Hey, you read it. Read it. Psalms, what's that, 78? 75? Listen, that goes for all of us in our lives. Why we be so damn salty when somebody else doing good? Especially when somebody close to you. Black folks be salty as hell. Mad. What are you mad for?
Because they ain't here for the wrong reason.
And for the wrong reasons.
You should be here for the Lord, not for your own grown vainglory.
Why that sister over the group? Yeah. Why she over that office? Because if you was over it, you destroy it. That's why.
Yes, sir. Psalms chapter 75, verse 6. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But God is the judge.
But who?
But God is the judge.
So, brothers, who gives the promotion? So, if you believe in the Bible, you here in this building, you claim to be a believer, but you don't trust the spirit that the Lord put on the leadership to raise whatever brother they feel to raise at the time. Or to put a sister over whatever department or over whatever little sister senior chat, whatever the case may be. Now you got an issue with it when it comes to those type of things.
Then they get bitter and be like, well, he got raised out, not me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's you know what? We did that a lot in the world. We had to compare ourselves to each other so much. Why him and not me? I do this better than him. Hey, it was one more. Play number 9.
Remember, codependence and shame are a lack of personal responsibility. And we're stuck in what's called the adapted wounded child state. We're all children. And this is evidence when we blame somebody else by saying, you made me think, feel, do, or believe. All right. So a blame shifter does this. They're in their sentence will be, well, that's because you. So there's a because and a you. And so right there, they're staying the child because they can't take responsibility as an adult yet. And they may be 70 years old.
Damn. That's Israel for you. Grown men, grown women, still children on the inside. Damn. Still children on the inside. Galatians 6 and verse 3. Still pouting about things that happened to you. Still pouting about where you at. 40 years, 50 years you've been complaining about, oh, the white man holding me down and blah, blah, blah. Okay. We understand the curses. We know we know we in captivity, right? But some stuff brothers and sisters go through is self-inflicted. Because you got the tools to do certain things, but you'll choose not to. Because a lot of us are lazy. A lot of us don't have any work ethic. And we blame it all on somebody else. You can't just blame the white man for all your problems. White man ain't tell you to, go buy the new outfit instead of paying your bill. Right. White man ain't tell you to, take that vacation where you knew you couldn't afford it, but you still went. I'm trying to have a good time, man. And then you wonder why you still where you at in life.
That happened a lot with the quest.
Oh, yeah.
People go to the quest, come back, asking for financial assistance.
Hey, don't do that. I'm telling y'all brothers now, do not go on the quest. Spend all your money, come back, talk about you need help paying your bills. Damn. I was joking with a brother. I was saying, you the affirmed king. Brother would throw everything on a payment plan. Sometimes you gotta say, I ain't got it. Listen, if you ain't got it, you got to be real with yourself. I ain't got it. Lord's will, I get it, but right now I ain't got it. Read that, Galatians.
Galatians chapter 6, verse 3. For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself.
So that's a lot of us in here. A lot of us, you might have had some status in the world. You might have been popular in the world. You might have a high prestigious job in the world. You might have been the man. But guess what? The Bible says you nothing. You deceiving yourself. Read.
But let every man prove his own work.
Do what?
Let every man prove his own work.
Come on.
And then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone and not in another. For every man shall bear his own burden. Let him that is taught in the word communicate unto him that teacheth in all good things.
So the Bible says, verse 5, for every man shall bear his own burden. Stop blaming other people. Stop blaming other people for stuff that you go through. Get that in Job 9? No, 7. Oh, first read Job 6. I'm sorry. Job 6 and 24.
Job chapter 6, verse 24.
Come on.
Teach me, and I will hold my tongue, and cause me to understand wherein I have erred.
How many of us got that type of spirit where you start taking a positive approach to being corrected about yourself? Always looking for ways to develop yourself rather than thinking that everybody got it out for you. To be honest, I don't get a kick after having to tell somebody something about themselves. And I know they don't get a kick out of doing it to me, especially if I like a brother. But I know it's my duty and it's my obligation to tell you, because if I don't, I really hate you. So if I see a brother overweight, and I might really rock with this brother, I might be on him extra hard. Bro, you got to lose the weight, bro. You fat as hell. If I didn't, Bishop always say, if Bishop stopped talking to you, that means that at that point, he no longer cares. If he own you, that means that he's using his energy to use his breath to tell you about something about yourself. If you think that we hate you, that leadership hates you, or that we don't want y'all to grow, prosper, whatever the case may be, you're not going to grow. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. If you think that we got it out for you or we trying to hold you back, whatever the case may be, you will not grow. And that's why I said, when you come through those doors, we all come through, we sit in the crowd, we take notes, and then the day comes for us to get one of these. And when you put on this, you're now saying, I am going to buy in to what the program, what the organization is offering. An order may come out, you may not agree with it, but guess what? That ain't your job to agree. It ain't my job to agree with every single thing, but it is my job to follow the orders of my leadership. There may be a different way I see it go about doing it. Hey, in my mind, maybe we should do it this way, but guess what? That ain't my job. When the time comes for it to be my job, guess what? Then you can start giving your opinions. Or if they give space to it, okay, cool. But it's not your job to do that right now. My job as an officer in the body is to follow the captain's direct orders and to help make sure the congregation is taken care of. Anything else, now I'm stepping outside. Now I want to be the big boss. You had something? You like you was about to say something.
What the scripture in Maccabees when they did their own thing? When they said,
Oh, when they wanted to get a name? Find it. Finish reading that. 6.
Yes, Job chapter 6, now verse 25. How forcible are right words, but what doth your arguing reprove? Do ye imagine to reprove words and the speeches of one that is desperate, which are as wind?
Because that brother or sister that they just so desperate to defend themselves or to win the argument. At this point, it's no longer even about the topic that we was talking about. Now is you just want to win the argument. Now you just want to feel right. Sometimes you got to take the high road, right? And say, you know what? I could go back and forth. But I think I'll win my brother over if I just say, yes, sir. I think I'll win my sister over if I say, you know what, sis, you're right. I do that. Pray for me that I work on it. Rather than I don't know where you get that from. Who told you that? Where you see me do that at? Never mind, you got it. All right. Listen, you will know the people that want to be here and the people that don't want to be here. And we get into a space, well, I should say I'm getting to a space where I understand now that you shouldn't have to ask somebody 3, 4, 5 times to do something. Because if that's the case, like y'all got kids, see all the strollers. When you tell your kids go clean your room, they don't really want to do that, right? Right, sisters? They don't really want to clean the room. So you got to what? You got to tell them again, right? And you got to tell them again, right? Because they don't really want to do it. So it's the same thing in here. We got to tell brothers the same thing over and over and over. That means that brother really does not want to do it. But now, that same brother got on the purple shirt. And he's pretending to want to act like, oh, I do want to do it, but his actions show otherwise. Houston, we have a problem. Why do that? You found it?
First Maccabees 5:55.
Read it.
First Maccabees chapter 5, verse 55. Now what time as Judas and Jonathan were in the land of Gilead, and Simon his brother in Galilee before Ptolemais, Joseph the son of Zacharias, and Azarias, captains of the garrison.
They were what?
Captains of the garrison. Heard the valiant acts and warlike deeds which they had done. Wherefore they said, let us also get us a name.
So their job was to stay back and take care of the people. You know what I'm saying? But they heard the fame of the war story that was going on, and they want to make a name for their own self. Captains. You know what I'm saying? Read.
Wherefore they said, let us also get us a name and go fight against the heathen that are round about us. So when they had given charge unto the garrison that was with them, they went toward Jamnia. Then came Gorgia and his men out of the city to fight against them. And so it was that Joseph and Azarias were put to fight and pursued unto borders of Judea. And there were slain the day of the people of Israel about 2,000 men.
How many men were slain?
2,000 men.
Read.
Thus was there a great overthrow among the children of Israel.
So, because Men want to do their own thing. I don't want to follow the protocol that leadership have in place for us and think that they could do it better or they could do this better because they don't believe on the leadership guidance. Thousands of Israelites die. And that's just with us today. When you be self-will, when you go over there and do self-will stuff, you change the ministry. You push your back days, years back. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to do your own thing and not follow the protocol that leadership got planned. And all that comes with complacent, thinking, oh, me and him is cool. Oh, I could do it better. Oh, why he got promoted and not me? Let me show you why I could be promoted. Why I have to be promoted and not him. And trying to do your own thing. You know what I'm saying? And you will have people killed because of your self-will. All right?
Hey, the people that have a lot of humility, they make the greatest leaders because they're not seeking title or position. They just want to do the work. They just want to do the work. And if you get that mentality, you know what? I just want to be the best at managing myself. Like, let me be the best at whatever my office is, whatever my job, let me just be the best at that. If I got the floors, you know what? I'm going to make sure that when the folks come into this school, they see these floors, they know that they clean as hell. And it'll be just that. Remember the brother that passed a couple years ago? What was his name? Barak Bar. And he used to, it was some intricacy that he used to take care of. And when he passed away, they noticed that the school started stinking or something like that. And they was like, oh, that's the brother that used to do that. You listen, everybody ain't gonna be on the camp videos or, you know, the stickers on the wall, and that ain't gonna be everybody. But just do your job right. Like do your part the best you can. You trust me, being in the spotlight ain't always what it's cracked up to be. We see leadership and we like, oh man, they got it good, man. Bishop and all the promos, Deacon and all the promos, they got it good. Man, please. Y'all don't know the half. I don't know the half. But I know a little percentage of what they go through. And I'm like, phew. Lord. Hey, read that in 1 Kings about what Solomon prayed for. I think it's 3 or 2 Kings. First or 2 Kings? 1 Kings, right? I think it's 3 and 9.
1 Kings, chapter 3, verse 9. Come on. Give therefore thy servant.
Start at verse 6, yeah.
Verse 6. And Solomon said,
read it quick, come on.
Thou hast showed unto thy servant David, my father, great mercy, according as he walked before thee in truth and in righteousness and in uprightness of heart with thee. And thou hast kept for him this great kindness, that thou hast given him a son to sit on his throne as it is this day.
Come on.
And now, O Lord my God, thou hast made thy servant king instead of David, my father. And I am but a little child. I know not how to go out or to come in.
Come on.
And thy servant is in the midst of thy people, which thou hast chosen, a great people that cannot be numbered nor counted for multitude. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge this, thy so great a people?
So Solomon prayed for wisdom to judge the people. Lord, just like help me to make sure I'm dealing right with the people. Help me to make sure that my judgment is on point. I don't want to be responsible for destroying somebody's life. Brothers getting chewed out for all their whole life out of disorder, but they want to be above a bunch of men. Why? Why do that? Why set yourself up for that? Proverbs 12 and verse 1. Hey, the video's not up here. I can't see them.
Proverbs chapter 12, verse 1. Whoso loveth instruction loveth knowledge, but he that hateth reproof is brutish.
You see that? So a mature brother or sister will understand how to take correction. Because a lot of times what we don't think about is, when we're being corrected, we don't think about what the other person that's giving the correction is going through. We don't think about, man, you know what? This person really believe the Bible, because I know this ain't easy for them to correct me about this. But I know they got to do it. You know what? I might not like what they're saying, but I respect it. I respect it. Captain Shemaiah told me this years ago. He said, no matter what somebody say to you, small or great, you better examine it. You better examine it. So if a little kid run around, you say, bro, you seem like you're prideful. You better examine. You better examine that thing. Your kids tell you your breath stink. You better. Come on. Hey, kids keep it 100. They don't be playing no games. Hey, I remember when I first started losing my hair, my daughter was like, Dad, you lost, where'd all your hair go? I'm like, you hurt my feelings, but you know what I'm saying? It's all. Hey, play number 4. No. Yeah, play 4. Oh, yeah, play 4. Yeah, I like that one.
Today we're talking about The Ideal Team Player. Which is a book of mine that was kind of a sequel to The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team. I wrote it years later, but it came about kind of by accident. And I want to explain that to you before I get into the content. Years ago, before I even started the table group with a group of friends, we
jump
came
ahead
up
a
with
little
core
bit,
values.
because he was yapping about nothing for like just a little bit. Yeah.
And I always thought that they were just being kind of lazy. And it wasn't until years later that I realized there was something universally applicable about those 3 values. And in fact, they were the core values of what it meant to be a team player. Now, this made sense because my company, the Table Group, is all about teamwork. And that's how we operated before. So we realized that this wasn't just ours, but it was something that anyone who wanted to hire people and behave as a team would probably want to use as a criteria for who to put on that team. So that's what we're going to talk about right now, is the 3 values that make up a team.
Hey, pause it real quick. So we're going to start transitioning into the second half, which is the burden of leadership, right? So some of these videos will kind of tie into that, but go ahead.
Team player, I should say. Now, the first, all of these are remarkably simple, by the way, but it's the combination that's powerful. But let's go through the individual ones first. The first value that a person should have if they're going to be a great team player is that they need to be humble. Humility is critical. This is by far the most important. You know, if the root of all sin is pride, as it says in the Bible, the antidote to that is humility. And humility just means, it sounds simple, but it's just this: I'm more interested in others than myself. I don't think I'm the most important person in the world. Humility is not discounting your contributions or your gifts or your geniuses. Humility is knowing that it was a gift, so you shouldn't brag about it, but you should be aware of the fact that you're good at it, but you don't need to, as C.S. Lewis said, it's not thinking less of yourself, it's thinking about yourself less. So a humble person can be confident, and in fact they should be, but they shouldn't be about themselves, they should be about others. Humility is key. But that's not enough to be a great team player. You have to be humble, but you also have to be hungry. A great team player has a strong work ethic. They're not easily satisfied. They don't say, I'll just do the bare minimum or a little less. They say, I'd like to go above and beyond. I have a hunger for getting better and doing better for the people around me. So you want to be humble and you want to be hungry. But that's not enough. There's a third value that's critical, and it's what we call smart. Smart is not intelligence, though, in the sense of book smarts. Smart is really emotional intelligence, or even better yet, being aware of the people around you and how your words and actions influence them. You know, you understand that you're with other people and that there's interaction going on between them. So a person to be an ideal team player will be humble, hungry, and smart. But none of us are perfect. We all have bad days or bad weeks or months, and we struggle with one of these. And when we're hiring somebody or we already work with somebody, sometimes a person is lacking one of those in a fairly egregious way. And that's where what we have to do is develop ourselves and others in the area that they need help in. And hopefully they can add that last one. Because if a person cannot improve in their third area, if they're really naked to the fact that one of these is just not true, we have problems. Let's look at what we call people who struggle with one of the three values. Okay, first, imagine a person is humble and hungry. What a great place to start. But they lack emotional intelligence. They're not smart about people. That means they're going to say things and do things that other people might misinterpret, and you're going to have to clean up after them or make excuses for them, valid excuses, but you're going to have to actually explain their behaviors. I have a lot of time for these people, but we call this the accidental mess maker. They're like a puppy with great intentions that knocks things over, poops on the floor, you got to clean up after them, but they really mean well. You just have to teach them how to be more aware of how their words and actions impact others. Okay, that's humble and hungry. Well, let's say a person is humble and smart. So they're not ego-driven, and they're really good at dealing well with other people. They're just not very hungry. We call this person the lovable slacker. The lovable slacker. Now, the problem with the lovable slacker is that they're so lovable that sometimes it's hard to make them change because everybody likes them because they deal well with people. They're not ego-driven, so what a pleasant person to be around. The problem is you've got to constantly remind them to do more and to do more and to do more. And
Hey,
other
pause
people
it,
usually
pause it there. This, what he's explaining, that portion right there, I feel like there's a lot of brothers in that pocket right there. You got love for the brother humble, but the brother's not hungry. The brother just complacent. I'm okay where I'm at. And if you're not hungry, guess what? We're not going to push the gospel further. Listen, if y'all been around for years, is this the first building we had? Okay. A lot of y'all remember the old building we was in, right? It was Tower Boulevard. I think it was before this one. Tower Boulevard, right?
Down the street.
Yeah, Tower Boulevard. 85 by the McDonald's. Damn, that was the last school? Damn. Terra was where Rudolph R. Windsor came, right? Yeah, okay. But compared to the old school off of 85, right? The building was maybe the size of this side, right? And when we moved in here, it looked kind of big. I remember the first couple Sabbaths we kept here. I'm like, dang, this is a big old school. And now guess what? We all complaining about how we need more space. So you know what that means, y'all? That means that you have to get yourself prepared for what's coming next. We was in those same seats y'all in. I remember coming to the school my first day. Never in a million years did I think I'd be up here teaching y'all a class right now. Never. You got one or two choices when you come through them doors. You either gonna grow and keep pushing, or you're gonna get moved out the way. So I say that to let y'all know y'all are in the positions y'all are in push forward to get to the next one. And the people above you going to tell you what you got to do. It's not a mystery. It's only a mystery when we don't want to do what everybody's telling us to do. I tell brothers all the time, if leadership say, hey, this brother never in the back, he never in the war room, I'll be back there every Sabbath asking questions. Hey, I got a question. Making my presence known, because they ain't going to say that no more about me. Some brothers, hey, you never in the back. You would. The brother go in the corner, he in the back. Don't say nothing, in his phone. Don't got no questions. You back there, but you don't really want to be back there. Why do it? Why do it if it's going to be so strenuous to you? Why not just say, you know what? Y'all trying to push me to a level I don't really want to go to. I'm going to just take the purple shirt off. Then ain't none of us going to say nothing to you. Shalom. Shalom. When I was a brother, those was the easiest times in this truth. No accountability. No responsibility. And I ain't discounting being a brother, because if you serious about the work, you want to step into those things. But what I'm saying is that as you become a soldier, an officer, and you rank up, there's going to be more that's required of you. Your time is less of yours. Right now, y'all go home, y'all get off work, ain't much required of you. Ask some of these officers of 20 who we get on to their head about different things that's going on in the body that we got to be a part of. Your life starts changing. Play it.
Sometimes it's hard to make them change because everybody likes them because they deal well with people. They're not ego-driven, so what a pleasant person to be around. The problem is you've got to constantly remind them to do more and to do more and to do more, and other people usually have to pick up their slack. So if you can get that person to be hungry, either by helping them understand the impact they have on the team or by helping them connect more to the mission and to their values, then what you can do is you can turn them into the ideal team player. Okay, the final type is a person who's hungry, they want to work really hard, and they're smart. They really know how to interact with other people, but they lack humility. I will go so far as to say this is a dangerous situation because they're smart enough to project humility because they know that that's important, and they really are ambitious and want to get work done. And we call this the skillful politician. And that's because they often know how to present themselves in a way that's not honest. They're good at interviewing. They're good at going to meetings and pretending they care about the team. And sometimes by the time you realize that they're really about themselves and not about others, there's been a lot of damage done to the team. We have to be very careful about skillful politicians. Now, what we shouldn't do is go around and use these terms for people when they're struggling or if they have one that's missing.
So now you can stop that video right there. So I wanted y'all to get an idea so you can kind of try to categorize yourself and see where you fall within this. If you the brother that you got all the right words, you ambitious, so you want the rank, you want all of that stuff, but you lack humility, that's something you know you need to work on. If you the brother that we all rock with you, you ain't a bad brother, but you lazy as hell. You got no ambition about you. You got to work on that. And that comes from being around the brothers that do have those things. When I was coming, I told myself, I'm a jokester. I'll joke. I'll laugh with you. But I was like, I also have to learn austerity. And Deacon and the captains taught me that very early. Captain is a great example of how to flip the switch on you. He'll be laughing with you 1 second, cursing you out the next. But in this truth, you have to learn how to deal in different manners. Because some people you might go laugh and joke with, but some people you can't play no games with. Because Israel, I tell you, Israel is Israel crazy. And one thing I hate semantics, bro. I hate when brothers play the semantics game, and I'm not a big fan of it. Play number 3. We supposed to be getting in the second portion of the thing, but I'm sorry, y'all. We're gonna get to it.
With or a friend of yours, it seems like what could be easier? I already know this person. I already.
Hey, how long is this
work.
one? Okay, we're not gonna watch the whole thing, but there's a point in it. Play it.
Every day. This is going to be so easy. Well, guess what? Managing a former peer is the hardest situation for most of us. The thing that we get wrong so many times. And if we don't set up right, this is going to blow up the whole team. And it's going to lead to someone leaving, either you or that former friend, former peer. I'm telling you.
So this is along the lines of the leadership portion, right? And the things that you have to learn how to do when you become a leader, right? Now, of course, this is the corporate space analogy, right? But understanding the concept of how to start moving when you become a quote unquote manager versus when you were just the, what's the word? I guess it just depends on what field you're in, but let's just, for lack of better words, employee, right? Play it.
And this is something we get wrong all the time. I got it wrong my first few times managing, frankly, because we oversimplify it. We think, well, again, I already know that person. It's going to be easy. It's all the same. Or we try to downplay ourselves. We say, I'm the manager, but it's just a technicality. We're all still friends here. No. Those things that we think that conceptually should make it easier, or we kind of hope will make it easier, leaning into those false assumptions is going to make it a disaster. And that's why you want to tune in today.
You know what that is? Brothers get raised up, right? And now you think that, your friendship is going to be the same with whoever, right? That's what you expect. Oh, man, it's not that. I'm a 20 now, but no, we still good. We boys, man. Right? Until the correction comes. Or until it's time to actually be that officer at 20. Now it's an issue. Play it.
Or we kind of hope will make it easier, leaning into those false assumptions.
Hey, my bad. And you would think that as that person being they know you. You know me. And you should understand that I have a job to do. The same way you got a job to do. But now you're upset with me for doing my job. Play.
Easier, or we kind of hope will make it easier, leaning into those false assumptions is going to make it a disaster. And that's why you want to tune in today. I'm Leah Garvin, and this is the New Manager Playbook, where I share tools, tips, and stories to make managing your team the easiest part of your job. And what's harder than having a freaking shitstorm because you thought were entering the easiest situation? Now, I think a lot of us agree to become managers in this situation because we think it's going to be easy. And then that expectation tanks, and that makes it even harder. So I talked before about my first time managing and why in a similar capacity this was really hard. But that was more with a peer. We were friendly, but it wasn't a good friend of mine. Now, managing a good friend of mine, it was even worse than that other example I shared. Because here is where there was also some letdown and some kind of interpersonal relationship stuff that really showed up. And that's what I hear all the time. So, after managing a few people here and there, I was on a team and had developed a really great friendship with another person on the team. We went to lunch together every day. We hung out on the weekends. It was like us against the world. And then I was promoted to become the manager. And I was really excited because, hey, I knew this person and she was awesome. We had so much fun together. And I thought, yes, I'd love to be the manager. I can help bring out the best in her. She can help elevate me, whatever. And that was not the case. It was not the case at all. Because we were friends, I was like, well, she's not really doing all her work, but I don't know. I can kind of help her out here and there. Or she's not really listening to what I'm telling her, but whatever. It can't be that bad. So I didn't address everything. I also, when I became the manager, I was kind of worried because she also had been wanting to grow in her career. I had been promoted and she was wanting to get promoted and she hadn't been promoted. And I was worried that I was going to come across as look at me now, I'm the best. So I downplayed it. And I said, oh, like, it's so exciting. Like, I'm the manager now, but like, we're going to really grow you into then you can manage a team and let's just keep everything the same. Like, if this is kind of a technicality. I literally probably said those words. And then she was like, okay, cool. That sounds awesome. Like, I'd love for you to be my manager, with like no accountability and expectations. So that was another place I went wrong. I downplayed myself. I didn't really set expectations. And then after a few weeks, I started seeing that her performance wasn't that great. Now that I had insight into the day-to-day of her work, not just as peers, but as overseeing it, I realized there was a lot of gaps and things that my previous manager, our shared manager, hadn't addressed.
Hey,
I'm like, oh,
and that's what brothers will notice. As you get raised up over your peers, now you start noticing there some things that they do repeatedly over and over, where they have gaps at, right? We'll say it that way. Because when you appear, you ain't really paying attention like that. You just, we boys, hey, the leadership getting on to you about, okay, whatever. But when now you over that, brother, now you see, damn, brother, I had to tell you the same thing 4 times this week. And now guess what? If that brother is not accepting to the correction, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Hey, find me that one that said he that is off reproved.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
Proverbs chapter 29, verse 1. He that being often reproved hardeneth his neck shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy.
You see that? So when you getting corrected over and over and over, it's natural to be like, man, they always getting on to me. And guess what? Now when correction come, you like, all right, you done? All right, shalom, y'all.
But why he being often reproved? Why? Huh? Keep messing up, not fixing it. Then if you're not fixing it, you won't keep getting corrected. Now the root of bitterness come in. Now you get all upset. Now you bug out because of your fault. You didn't want to correct it. You know what I mean? That you get often reproved because you don't want to correct this stuff.
Y'all good? Y'all need translation? Everybody good? Hey, but it's important, and that's why we gotta be bought into the system. You gotta be, because if, let's say you in school to be a doctor, a dentist, a lawyer, whatever the case may be, you have no problem getting corrected about something you've done wrong. Because you striving to be the best dentist you could be, the best surgeon you could be. So you take that correction and you like, okay, thank you for that. And if you don't take the correction, what's going to happen? You're going to be terrible at your job, right? And you ultimately not going to succeed. Y'all, it's no different in here. It's only different if y'all just view this as they a bunch of niggas up there. Yeah, I could do better. A lot of us listen, brothers get raised up, you over 10 men, 20 men, 50 men, whatever the case may be. A lot of brothers ain't never been a manager in his life. Ain't never had to manage people at all. Y'all, how many of y'all been managers before? Sisters, brothers, whoever. Is managing an easy task? No. Because you get blamed for everything. When something go wrong in the body, guess what? We get asked about it. When y'all have issues going on, y'all have problems or whatever, guess who y'all coming to? On the job. When you got issues at work, who you go talk to? Your manager. Who you think your manager getting cursed out by? The upper leadership. It ain't an easy task. You have to know how to keep your sanity, for one. Right? Real quick, while I'm talking about it, read Numbers 11. Numbers 11 and 11. Because as a leader, you got your own issues you got to deal with. You got the issues of the people you got to deal with. And with all of that, you still got to be hungry, right? You still got to be smart. What was the third one? And you still got to be humble. Damn, I put 4 up. Public school. Read that. Numbers 11.
Numbers chapter 11, verse 11. Come on. And Moses said unto the Lord, wherefore hast thou afflicted thy servant? And wherefore have I not found favor in thy sight, that thou layest the burden of all this people upon me?
Uh-huh.
Have I conceived all this people?
Uh-huh. Come on.
Have I begotten them?
You know that's us, boy.
Have I begotten them, that thou shouldest say unto me, carry them in thy bosom, as a nursing father beareth the sucking child?
What verse you at?
Verse 12.
Okay, come on.
Unto the land which thou swearest unto their fathers. Whence should I have flesh to give unto all this people? For they weep unto me, saying, give us flesh that we may eat.
Come on.
I am not able to bear all this people alone, because it is too heavy for me.
You see that? It's a heavy task to bear a plethora of your people. All types of spirits come through these doors. And all of y'all have individual things that y'all got going on in y'all lives. And guess what? We're responsible for it. We're responsible for it. So when brothers is upset about you, you tell, hey, we need y'all to communicate. Something happened, but we won't communicate, blah, blah, blah. You got brothers upset, you telling them to communicate. All right, you don't really want to be here. That's what you're telling me. You got an issue with communicating something to me? You're over in office and you got an issue with communicating something going on in the office? That's why I don't know how many of y'all been in corporate America, but those of y'all who are familiar, y'all know when new management comes in, right? What do they usually do? They what? They clean house. Why? Why new management got to clean house? You think they just want to get rid of a bunch of folks? Huh? Somebody come to the mic and explain to me, please. Please.
Hey, shalom, leadership.
Shalom.
Brother Jacob. Usually the clean house to bring in new culture.
Bring in, thank you. That you hit the word I wanted you to hit. Because they got to bring in a new culture. Because guess what? The last culture wasn't successful. So usually when they come through, they bring in a whole new regime. Now I ain't saying we firing a bunch of folks up in here, you know. But what I'm saying is that sometimes you got to get rid of the dead weight. And you got to see who with you. Because if you one of those old managers and you really want your job and you love the company or whatever, guess what? You're going to call the VP or whatever, the AVP that's over it. Hey, I'm glad to be here. Whatever you need me to do, you're going to make sure you secure your spot. You ain't lying. Because you ain't trying to get let go. That's why I say you're going to know who want to be here and who don't. It's very easy. You had something?
In this truth, it's not that we're going to fire everybody that you say, but we do stuff to see how you're going to react. You know what I'm saying? We might demote you. We might put you down to see how you're going to react, if you're going to come back to your senses and keep doing the work, or you're going to be like, yeah, don't make me sad, brother. I'll be like, I'm comfortable right here. You know what I'm saying? So, like officer said, everything happened for a reason, man. So you examine yourself and push harder, man. Don't push hard.
You gotta the culture has to change, right? It has to. And you have to be on board with the change. No company stays the same. Y'all, Apple ain't the same company it was in what, 96? Those companies ain't the same. They've changed. Because you have to change in order to stay relevant.
Even with IUIC, you need to be this percentage. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. But that's why I said, if you a brother that you're not really on board, you're gonna have a problem with it. Why we gotta be 20? Ain't no law say we gotta be 24. All right, you right. Take a seat. Take off the purple shirt. You be all right. Some things are organizational things that we require of men because a certain standard is trying to be set, right? And brothers will complain about those things that, oh, it's not a law, but okay. What do you want me to say? But when you fill out the job application, you said, they ask you, hey, can you cold call? Can you do this? Can you do that? You say, yeah, I do that. I did that at my last job. I was a killer at that. Now you on the job 3 months. You don't want to do the job no more. You got a problem with cold calling now. In the interview, you was on fire. Called your mama after you got the job, told her you've been hired, all of this. Now you got the job and you mad as hell. Now you blaming other people for you not being successful on the job. Dang. Going right back to what we were talking about earlier. In the job description, they say you got to fill out your reports, you got to cold call, you got to do whatever the case may be. But now you on the job talk about, man, that ain't part of my job. It's in your job description, fool. So you put the purple shirt on. When you put that shirt on, you're agreeing to be 24%. You're right. That's what you're agreeing to. You might not be there now, but guess what? Imagine if the spirit was, you know what, damn, I'm 35% right now. I don't know how the hell I'm going to get 24, but I'm going to get there. I'm going to do it. Imagine if you had that mentality. Would brothers lose weight? Would sisters lose weight? Like, sisters got the ladies in waiting. What's y'all percentage? 30. Some sisters crying about that. I got to be 30% to get married. Yeah. If you want to get married up in here, yeah. Let's go. Was there more on this I wanted? Play it. Let me hear it.
Day of her work, not just as peers, but as overseeing it, I realized there was a lot of gaps and things that my previous manager, our shared manager, hadn't addressed. And I'm like, oh shit, like now this is on me. I started to become worried and frustrated and kind of irritated at my own manager for not having dealt with some of this stuff. But, that's the case when anyone, you become a manager of anyone, you're going to inherit something. And I started to think, well, I kind of need to address some of these things. I need to do something about this. So I would sort of give a little bit of feedback here and there, and she would kind of not really get it because it was very indirect. And then eventually I said, hey, I don't feel like you're respecting me. And it was a huge blowout. She said, okay, I'm going to HR and I can't believe you're talking to me this way. And it just like blew up so big. Something that really could have been such a small thing by handling it differently. Now, we resolved this, and I'll actually save the story of how we resolved our personal relationship for a conflict.
Stop that. Get me Matthew 23:11. Man, we got a lot of videos left. I don't think I'm going to finish this class, but come on.
Matthew chapter 23, verse 11. But he that is greatest among you shall be your servant, and whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased.
So in leadership, you have to be a servant to the people. And that's something black folks, and when I say black, I'm talking about you Hispanics and Native Americans too. But that's something that black folks need to learn. Because we ain't learned that. I know I ain't learned that in the world. So when I came in this truth, I said, damn, I got to learn that. Play number play number 18.
A leader is not supposed to be selfish. A leader don't care about himself. Remember Christ said, if you come follow me, you gotta give up your wife, your kids. In other words, you have to go to sacrifice something. I don't care what it is, you have to sacrifice something. That's what it is. I'm sorry, but that's what it is. You have to sacrifice something. Like I said, some of us is gonna be our lives. It is what it is, man. It is what it is, but it's not easy, it is. And to close on that, Satan is coming for you. Yes, I'm talking to you. Satan is coming for each. If you say you're a leader, I'm talking about a righteous leader that's actually keeping God's law. Satan is coming for you. He's coming for you.
Hey, play the next one. 19.
I don't accept mediocrity out of you. I don't accept no half-ass stuff. I want your best because I know it's in you. Don't give me no half stuff. I want to see you do your best because I know the best is in you. I'm not talking about you feeding me per se. I want to see the best come out of you because that's how it's supposed to be. Your fathers are supposed to say, son, I want the best out of you. Daughter, I want the best out of you. How dare you squander yourself for something less than the best? That's how fathers are supposed to talk. That's how leaders are supposed to talk.
So that's how we are when we get on to brothers, because we want to see the best in you. We want to see brothers be successful. We ain't pushing brothers for the sake of just pushing. No, we pushing because we see, dang, this brother got a lot of potential. This sister got a lot of potential. Imagine if you didn't have somebody to push you. That's why in sports, every team needs a what? A what? A coach. Why? The players is the talent, right? But without a coach, you have no direction. You have no structure. You have nobody to push you. Because your coach has been around. He might have played, right? And he knows what it takes to get to the next level. So he might tell you, hey, listen, when you drive to the basket, you do this, don't do that, do this. He gonna direct you. Hey, you shooting a lot of jump shots. Try to get to the basket. You might love shooting jump shots. Look at Asa. It's resonating with him. Stay in the spirit, bruh. You might love shooting jump shots, but he tell you, hey, I need you to do this. I need you to play defense. And by listening and taking a correction, you grow. You grow into a better player. And now, throughout years of that, now you become more of a mature player. Now you giving the other players on the team instruction. Now you giving them counsel. Hey, listen, that ain't gonna go well for you. You could do that, but you most likely you're gonna be on the bench. Same thing we say in here. It is the same thing, y'all. You could do that. Hey, bruh. You know, I understand where you coming from, but I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think you should do that. Brothers, in a rush to get married. Hey, bruh, I've seen this story before. I've seen it. I've seen leadership talk about it, and then I've seen it for myself. Now, I ain't saying this gonna happen to you, but what I'm saying is Deacon 10 for 10 right now. Bishop 10 for 10 on calling the marriages. It ain't gonna go well, bro. I'm telling you, don't do it. And to you, we look crazy. What you mean don't do it? I love her. She love me. We ready. All right. All right, you got it. You got it.
5 Doritos later.
Oh, man. Good brothers, too, man. I seen brothers be on fire. And brothers get married and turn into a whole different person, man. Whole different person. Proverbs 16:3.
Proverbs chapter 16, verse 3.
Come on.
Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established.
So we have to commit our works to the Lord. If you in here, y'all, big, let's go 110%. Let's go 1,000%. 1 Peter 5:2.
First Peter chapter 5, verse 2. Come on. Feed the flock of God, which is among you. Taking the oversight thereof.
That's what our job is, to take the oversight of the body. Come on.
Not by constraint.
Not by what?
Constraint.
Not by what?
Constraint.
Some brothers, you could just tell on their face. They just don't want to do it. That's, bro, listen, that's one thing I just like, I don't like it. Because I'm like, I got to try to convince you to just do your job. Now you making my job hard. We could both make our job easy and we could go have a good time. But somebody just got to be a nickel. Bruh. You was a nickel out there. Why come in here and be a nickel? I don't understand it. And y'all use those tactics amongst each other. I'm the type of person in general, y'all. I just, if I call you my friend, if we're close, I make it a duty of mine to make sure that I never feel like you never have to feel like you disrespected by me. Meaning, if everybody knows there was brothers that I came up with that got ranked up above me. Right? I had one or two choices. You either get with the program and you say the Lord saw something fit in them to raise them up. Now I got to do my part. Right? Or I could say, they don't like me. They holding me back. I'm supposed to be. Listen, brothers get raised up, brothers get sat down. A brother that is under you right now will be over you tomorrow. That's why it ain't about that. Your peer say something to you, all right, cool. I'm going to work on it. I'm going to fix it. Some of y'all, your boy tell you something, bro. You always late, bro. Man, you know why I'm late? I just got off the road. I was talking to you bro, you still late, bro. I'm on time. I'm telling you that you late. Bruh. Go ahead. You about to say that. Hey, read that definition.
Constrain. To force somebody to do something or behave in a particular way.
Go back to 1 Peter.
1 Peter chapter 5, verse 2. Feed the flock of God which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre.
You see that? Willingly. The Lord wants willing spirits. Sisters, brothers, the Lord wants us to be willing to do this work. He don't want problem starters. He don't want problem causers. He wants willing spirits. Yes, there's going to be issues. Y'all ain't coming to a perfect system. But are we going to make it worse? Or are we going to make it better than what it was before we came? All of y'all should come in with the mindset of, let's make this place even greater. Let's be even more of an example for our people out there in the world. Philemon, chapter 1 and verse 14.
Verse 14.
Yes.
Philemon, verse 14. But without thine mind would I do nothing, that thy benefit should not be as it were of necessity, but willingly.
But what?
Willingly.
So being a leader, you have to think of your servitude as you have to have the willingness to do that. You have to have willingness to do those things. Play number 2.
Calling out sick immediately upon being hired, big red flag. Another thing that we notice is there's a decline with...
Go back.
Calling out sick immediately upon being hired, big red flag. Another thing that we notice is there's a decline with people when they start asking for days off consistently. Now, there's a grain of salt here. They might be sick, they might have personal issues, and that's where dig in, empathy. When it's consistent, very skeptical about this stuff because I've been burned so many times. I immediately am like, cool, so they're interviewing for other jobs and they're doing all this other stuff and they're not interested anymore, because people that truly are passionate about what they're doing and really enjoy it, they want to work. But if you're constantly asking for days off and you're constantly looking for ways to not work, I would rather just have a conversation of like, is this a place where you feel like you have a purpose? Do you have a lot of joy in what you do? If you don't, I would prefer that we part ways. You go find something that you do have joy in doing, because it's a very short life. I can go find someone that is as competent or more competent than you that does enjoy doing what they're doing.
When
and
brothers,
don't ask for time.
Stop it. When brothers or sisters, we know when brothers and sisters is checked out. We know when you looking for a new job. We know. It's better to just say, you know what? Let's just part ways. Because now all of this is going to be a constraint to you. It's going to be a problem every time we say something to you. When brothers, hey, bro, we ain't seen you 3 Sabbaths. Stop picking up your phone. And you got an issue with us calling to check on you? Hold on, you're mad we ain't seen you in 3 weeks. We ain't seen you in 3 weeks, and you mad because we calling to check on you? Nah, he don't want to be here. He don't know. It can't be. Looking for a way out. Our brothers will be like, man, you know, I understand what. No. We all got things we going through. But we know this the one place that we go to try to get some healing. When you stop wanting to come here, no. There's something going on. Go ahead.
You know what's so crazy?
You could take that one down.
When you sick, like me this Sabbath, man, I feel horrible, man. Like,
oh yeah,
I miss Sabbath or new moon. I'll be like, ah!
He said when he misses the new moon, y'all.
Yeah. On Sabbath.
Oh, you done? Nah, Play 17.
Leadership only exists if people follow when they would have the freedom to not follow. Otherwise, it's just power. And power is not leadership.
Damn! Play it again! Play it again!
Leadership only exists if people follow when they would have the freedom to not follow. Otherwise, it's just power.
Hey, read that again in what we read, 1 Maccabees 5. Read that again. This is what my mind immediately goes here when I hear brothers complaining about them not getting promoted. That's what I go to. Immediately. God forbid that I ever complain about not getting promoted. God forbid.
First Maccabees chapter 5, verse 55. Now what time as Judas and Jonathan were in the land of Gilead, and Simon his brother in Galilee before Ptolemais, Joseph the son of Zacharias and Azarias, captains of the garrisons, heard of the valiant acts and warlike deeds.
They heard other brothers was getting it in. So-and-so promoted to a captain. So-and-so promoted to an officer of this. Come on.
Which they had done. Wherefore they said, let us also get us a name.
Let us what?
Also get us a name.
Man, I should have got promoted too.
And go fight against the heathen that are round about us. So when they had given charge unto the garrison that was with them, they went toward Jamnia. Then came Gorgia and his men out of the city to fight against them. And so it was that Joseph and Azariah were put to fight and pursued unto borders of Judea. And there were slain the day of the people of Israel about 2,000 men. Thus was there a great overthrow among the children of Israel.
So you see that what that spirit did of wanting a name? Listen, there's brothers that you look at and you say, man, this brother should be a 50 the way he moving. There's brothers I see, those 20s you see, you like, damn, man, I think this brother ready for 50. And then there's brothers who, those don't be the brothers that complain about getting ranked up. Even the years I've seen, we might feel brother be ready, but they may not make it that year. They never complain about that. But it's the brothers who ain't even ready for the position that's like, bro, why ain't get ranked up? Do we really have to have this conversation? Because now you're saying that we've never had a conversation with you about what you're doing, about how to fix what's going on. Now it's it's my fault. You're right, bro. It's me. I'm sorry. It's my fault. Does that make you feel better? It's me. It's not you, it's me. That's what you want me to tell you? Play the video one more time. I like this one.
Leadership only.
I'm sorry. Bishop always say how he can make you you a captain of 1,000,000. If nobody is following your leadership, who the hell cares? Who cares? You think that if you get promoted, everybody's gonna respect you now. That's what it is. You think there's yes, I'm a 20 now. Yeah, y'all gonna respect me. No. No. There's some soldiers that get more respect than some officers. Damn. Is it about rank then? There's some soldiers, 10s, 20s, whatever the case may be, that I will call first before I call other ones. Because I know this person gonna get the job done. What you need from me? Okay, cool. I'm sure senior sisters feel that way about sisters. Because in your as a manager, you don't want to have to deal with a bunch of people who don't want to do the job. Why am I forcing you to do the job? You should want to do the job.
And that's so heavy that you say that, because sometimes when you get caught a lot, it's because we trust you.
Yep.
Don't feel bad. Be glad leadership calling on you. You go all the offices, or every time something happens, they need to call you because you're reliable. They can trust nobody else. You know what I'm saying? So be happy, be glad they calling on you. You know what I'm saying? You got all the office, all the stuff that leadership always, hey, call him, get him, hey, and get on your behind because you're not getting done. You be like, man, I got all because we know you could do it. You know what I'm saying? Just don't murmur, man. Just do it.
The murmuring. The murmuring. The murmuring. That's what you do when you complain about that, is you're murmuring. You're murmuring against the leadership. You're murmuring against what's been set up. And you don't agree. What else would it be? Anybody got something? Come to the mic. Somebody got something else that it could be? Tell me. And what I'm telling y'all is what I've told myself. I'm not telling y'all something I haven't had a conversation with myself about. So it's not like I'm telling y'all to do something that Officer Solomon did not have to apply to his own life. So if I could do it, and I know the type of Negro I was, then we all should be able to do it. The Bible said we could do it. And the Bible said if you don't want to do it, you're the devil. Let's go back to the videos. Go back. Yeah, I got 30 minutes. Play 20. Did you go to the timestamp that I wanted? Yes.
But to minister and to give his life a ransom for many.
Write this down. Good leadership is cooperation, not intimidation. Good leadership is cooperation, not intimidation.
Message.
Get Sirach 10:21.
The book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 21.
I remember story time back at the job. There was this one boss nobody liked. And during 9/11, around there, he was, this Esau, of course, always yelling at everybody, yelling. So these two cops, these Italian boys, got into a fight, fist fight. I thought it was a real fight. But as it turned out, it was a setup, bro. Because as they started fighting, the boss that nobody liked went to jump in. A lot of people went to jump in and break it up. They used that. You know when you're trying to hit somebody and you hit the other person? Oh, they beat the crap out of that dude. The boss was knocked at teeth everywhere. I said, oh, shoot. And they made like they couldn't see because it was a melee. But everybody took their frustration out on that boss. I just stood there and watched, let me get the hell out of here. So we got to learn to rule. We got to learn to have cooperation, not intimidation. Read Sirach 10:21.
The book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 21.
So you can stop it there. So going into what I was just saying, nobody's going to just follow you for the sake of your rank. Because I guarantee, one thing I know, if let's say we all out at camp, whatever the case may be, or wherever, tabernacles, wherever we may be, you're going to find the spiritual men if something happened. Meaning, all hell break out, you're gonna be like, where's this person? I know he got the answer. Where's that person? I know you ain't gonna be looking for, oh, I know this person is a, officer of 80. That just mean they got the no, you're gonna looking for who I need to be around to make sure I'm straight, to make sure I get some wise counsel. And we should all strive to want to be that person for the brothers under us. Like, it's a great calling to lead your people. It's a great, if you an officer of 10, that's a great calling. Some of y'all look at it as, oh, I'm still a 10. No, that's why you still a 10, because that's how you look at it. Whatever position you in, you got to be the best steward of that position. We need help. I told brothers, I'm like, yo, we ain't got no 50s. So that means we need the 20s to step up now, because we need y'all. We need your help. So what you used to get away with, you can't get away with that no more, because now we got to mold you up into a 50 to be better so we can keep it moving. Because we got a lot of work to do. It got to be cooperation. It ain't just one man can't run this show. And if you got that mentality, that's a terrible mentality to have. We all got to listen. I need this brother. I need the other senior. We all got to be a team. Because if we not a team, guess what? It ain't gonna work. You ain't lying. And as quick as I got up here, I'll be right down there with y'all. Not saying it like that, but y'all get what I'm saying. Go ahead. You was about to say something. All right. So we got about 25 minutes left. I'm gonna go into the last section, which is going into the teamwork aspect. So the importance of teamwork in an organization. All right, some of us play sports, so we understand the concept of teamwork, but a lot of our people don't. A lot of our people don't know how to play your role. It's like I gave the analogy earlier about when you play in sports, if nobody knows how to play their role, you'll never be successful. If everybody want to be Michael Jordan, guess what? We gonna lose every game. Have a bunch of superstars, but we'll have no chemistry, no role players. So brothers have to know how to play their role. Let's go to the videos. Let's go to let's play 14. Oh, before you play 14, go back. Go back. Play 16.
The first time ever an NBA Finals game will be played in Oakland.
I'm grateful to have this team behind me. We're in the middle of a playoff run, and that's the most important thing.
From the left side, and the Cavaliers have taken a 29-15 lead.
Everybody, the first quarter, is trying to do it on their own, and it's not going to work against this team.
Leadership and teamwork. It's a powerful combination. It turns the ordinary into extraordinary. But how do we do it? How do we create it?
What makes a great team? And how do we lead one? Is it just a gathering of talented people? Or is there something more to it?
The substitute for Canada just about gets it through.
Because it's not just about having strength and talent on your team. It's about knowing how it all comes together. It's not just about knowing who needs support, but knowing how to support each other. It's not about individual talent. It's about understanding how those individual talents work together as a whole.
Hey, stop it real quick. Hey, I was looking for this earlier. If one of y'all can find it, please send it to me. There's an image, right? There's an image of this team of people, and they're pushing we've showed it before. They're like pushing a cart or something. And it's the people that are actually doing the work are like towards the front. And then there's people pretending to do the work in the back. If somebody find that, send it to me. I could not find it. ChatGPT couldn't help me. I was like, Lord. Hey, real quick, as we got the video paused, read 1 Corinthians 10, start at verse 1. Read it quickly.
First Corinthians chapter 10, verse 1. Moreover, brethren, I would not that ye should be ignorant, how that all our fathers were under the cloud, and all passed through the sea, and were all baptized unto Moses in the cloud and in the sea, and did all eat the same spiritual meat, and did all drink the same spiritual drink, for they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them, and that rock was Christ.
Come on.
But with many of them God was not well pleased, for they were overthrown in the wilderness. Now these things were our examples, to the intent we should not lust after evil things, as they also lusted. Neither be ye idolaters, as were some of them, as it is written. The people sat down to eat and drink, and rose up to play. Neither let us commit fornication, as some of them committed, and fell in one day 23,000.
Come on.
Neither let us tempt Christ, as some of them also tempted, and were destroyed of serpents. Neither murmur ye.
Neither what?
Murmur ye.
Come on.
And some of them also murmured, and were destroyed of the destroyer.
You see that? Why should we want to fall into that category of murmuring? That don't make for a good teammate. That don't make for teamwork right there.
Hey, can I play this video right there? It's a story.
Yeah, go ahead.
Play this video real quick.
Tell you a story. It's called That's Not My Job. This is a story about 4 people. Name everybody, somebody, anybody, and nobody. There was an important job to be done, and everybody was sure somebody would do it. Anybody could have done it, but nobody did it. Somebody got angry because it was everybody's job. Everybody thought anybody could do it, but nobody realized that everybody wouldn't do it. It ended up everybody blamed somebody when nobody did what anybody could have done. Okay. What I'm saying is everybody's job to make sure the job gets done. It's everybody's job to make sure the job gets done. Everybody got their role. It's going to be an all-star in our role. Everybody good? Right. We know we're going to make it happen. We know we're going to make it happen. Ready?
All right. Fire. Fire. Y'all can clap for it. I was like, I don't like teamwork.
You know what I'm saying? It's that's why I still go for it off, because everybody think that somebody gonna do it. But when it's our job, it's all our job to make it done. You know what I'm saying? Not just because your job is not taking out the garbage, you're not gonna take out the trash. It's our building, it's our congregation.
Yep.
It's our job.
And you gotta understand, you gotta understand the part you play. You gotta understand teamwork. Everybody can't be Deacon Malachi. But guess what? We can all make Deacon Malachi look good. We can all make the captains look good. So that's why, and it behooves us in our respective offices. Dang, that office on point. Like how, what? Oh. Like how, dang, it was right there. It was there. And I'm trying to catch it. Nah, you good, you good. What was I just talking about? It's gone, bro. It's gone. Whatever it was, it's gone. Damn it. Oh, my rib found it. She sent it to me. Hold on. Or somebody sent it to her. Whichever one, shout out to y'all. If that was you, baby, I love you. Let me say that. Hold on. It's a video. Okay, I thought it was a video too.
Oh, praises. You are the host, sis. It's not your fault you forgot. You good. Oh, praises.
Oh, okay. Sis Adelaide, you must have sent it to her. You sent it to her? Okay, all right. Well, y'all both in the spirit. All praise. Play that video. Play that video. Play that video. This is a good one too, but I like the other one. Y'all ever heard of I think it's called Pareto's rule, the 80-20 rule, where 20% of people do 80% of the work in an organization. That's usually how it is. So you got to think about it. Amongst the ranked men, right? You got 20% of the men that's doing 80% of the work. 20% of the sisters doing 80% of the work. It shouldn't be like that. Play that.
Reader.
Hey, go back, read the things when they pop up.
Yes, sir. This is a performer. He knows where to go and what to do, and is really pushing. He takes full responsibility for his job and thereby helps the organization tremendously. This is the highly effective doer. He has immense willingness to work, learn, and improve. With correct guidance and training, he will be a future performer. Here we see a less effective doer. He is somewhat willing to help. However, his contribution is not making much difference to the overall result. This person is the potential trouble source, or the PTS. He goes up and down and alternates between helping and destroying. His influence makes work harder, and less predictable for others.
Damn it! I'm mad already.
Yeah.
I mean, he got pissed off when this guy just jumped. We already know what this brother coming to do. Or sister. My bad. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
This is the suppressive person, or the SP. He is actually trying to destroy the operation, but is often trying to hide his deeds by the use of a nice social mask.
Damn it! Damn it! Hold on. These are those people that pretend like they really want to be here, but they don't. So you ask them to do something. Hey, can you do this? I need you to take care of this. You got this? Yeah, I got you. I got you. 2 weeks later.
Doritos later.
Yo, you got that for me? Oh, I got you. I promise this time I got you. All right, cool. 2 weeks later. Yo, you got that? Oh, this guy.
Oh, I forgot. Boy, I got you tomorrow.
But that's the brother that will blame you for why he ain't get promoted. They holding me back. Hold on, bro. We had to get on to you 5 times in the past 30 days about turning in this late. Not being on time for this. Finish it.
The SP, especially if undetected, is a very dangerous threat to any organization.
So guess what? That means we got to sift them out. We got to see what type of spirit brothers rolling in. because we got to know who this brother is. Because the first, 3 brothers? The first 3 brothers you can work with.
Right.
Right? Some brothers might need a little push. You know, some brothers just need the guidance, the direction, the correction, and they going to be all right. But some brothers, you just want them to let the hell go of the wagon. Bro, let go of the wagon. He holding onto the wagon for dear life. just to cause issue. Bro, let go of the wagon, bro. 1 Corinthians 12. Y'all, we got to get to a space where we understand teamwork. We a team. And everybody gonna have a moment to shine, trust me. But you trying to force your moment ain't gonna end up well for you. For any of us. Your time trust me, your time is going to come. Your time is gonna come. But now you get there, and now you that brother that's you lack humility, or you lack smarts, or you lack, what's the other one he said? Hunger. Whew. Lord. Imagine if Bishop lacked those things. None of us would be here. We came here because we said, damn. Bishop got a spirit on him. Right. Some of the stuff Bishop went through, I'm like, I would have been folded.
Right.
You talking about starting this, like, from 2 families, going years without nobody. Man, what? A lot of us be ready to pack it up if don't nobody come to the camp. That was me a couple weeks ago. I'm like, bro, ain't nobody. Let's go to another spot, bro. Read that.
What verse would you like?
Start at verse 1.
Yes, sir. 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 1.
I need you to read it quickly too. Because
Yes,
I keep
sir.
saying read quickly, but you're reading at the same speed.
Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you ignorant. You know that ye were Gentiles carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led. Wherefore I give you to understand that no man speaking by the Spirit of God calleth Jesus accursed, and that no man can say that Jesus is the Lord, but by the Holy Ghost. Now there are diversities of gifts, but the same Spirit.
Come on.
And there are differences of administrations, but the same Lord. And there are diversities of operations, but it is the same God which worketh all in all. But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit withal.
Come on.
For to one is given by the Spirit the word of wisdom, to another the word of knowledge by the same Spirit, to another faith by the same Spirit, to another the gifts of healing by the same Spirit.
Come on.
To another the working of miracles, to another prophecies, to another discerning of spirits, to another diverse kinds of tongues, to another the interpretation of tongues. But all these worketh that one and the same self Spirit, dividing to every man severally as he will. For as the body is one and hath many members, and all the members of that one body being many are one body, so also is Christ. For by one Spirit are we all baptized into one body, whether we be Jews or Gentiles, whether we be bond or free, and have been all made to drink into one Spirit. For the body is not one member, but many. If the foot shall say, because I am not the hand, I am not of the body, is it therefore not of the body? And if
what I want, I wanted to read it all because I wanted us to get the thought in our mind that we work together to form the body of Christ. If this office over there ain't operating in the right spirit, guess what? The body jacked up. That's how we got to look at it. So if the brother who over, camp equipment don't really want to do his job, but he's pretending to want to do it, then guess what? He's going to hinder the mission. Now we get to camp. Ain't no camp equipment. Hey, what happened with the camp equipment? We can't have that. Play 14.
The best skill that I have developed is the skill of noticing and understanding that nothing is done by one individual. No level of success is reached by one person, right? Like there is a team effort that goes into the smallest moment of success to the largest.
Yeah. So I pray that brothers and sisters understand that. Because some of y'all be mad as hell when you don't get the spot you want on the team. Or the recognition. I'll be like, listen, out of all the trips and stuff I done been on, I'm in none of the photos. You don't, as a camera, you are the cameraman. You don't get to, hey, let me take this. You don't get to do that. So we can't be looking just I got to be in front of the camera. We need somebody to be behind the camera. This is the first year I ever went on a trip and I have not been a cameraman. The first time. So what I'm telling y'all is hold your spot down, and guess what? The increase will come later. But if you're a good steward over where you are, this brother on flyers, oh man, he was on point, bro. Best flyer dude we ever had. Had flyers for everything, had whatever the case may be. You over the kitchen, you over clean up, whatever you over, guess what? We want to speak high things about it. Sisters, you over the kids' room, everything about the kids should be on point. Every time we see Psalm Squad and them, what? They bringing some more fire. That shows what? Good leadership. That shows that there's actually work and activity being done. There's not just talking going on. There's actually doing happening. Let's play. What is 12 about? Because it doesn't have a title there. And I can't remember. Play it.
Never complain, never explain. And what it means is don't complain about life. Don't explain what you're doing or why you're doing it. Just do it. By whining and complaining, all you're doing is making people think bad things about you, looking weak. And when you complain a lot, you have a mindset where everything is kind of a potential complaint. Stop whining and stop explaining yourself and just do things in the world and let your actions speak for themselves.
Hey, go to 2 Corinthians and we're going no. Yeah, 2 Corinthians 5, I think it's 5:17.
New creature.
Yep, that's what I want. Because I remember having a conversation with a brother about this. I'm like, bro, stop complaining to everybody about your problems. Because you think that you're doing good. Bruh, the bills is How many of y'all want to hear about somebody and their bill problems? Raise your hand. Everybody look around. Ain't nobody got their hand up. That means as much as you think that we care, we don't. We don't, because guess what? Christ said the poor is always going to be it's somebody who broker than you. So when brothers be like, I can't make it, I got bills, all right. You never around and it's always the bills. What does that mean? What does that tell? What do I assess from that? What do I get from that? It's not a priority of yours. the bills are. You go and you could work as hard as you want to work and you still broke. Why not try something different? Why not at this point, why not try to be around? If I'm gonna be broke, I'm gonna be broken around. Read that.
2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 17. Therefore, if any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away.
Come on.
Behold, all things are become new.
You see that? All things are become new. Y'all was a certain person in the world. Don't come in here and stay the same person. This is about organization. This is about structure, right? For you men, this is about stepping into becoming leaders. Knowing that there's a certain attitude you have to have. You can't be a negative Nancy. Let's focus on solutions rather than problems. Brothers want to spend 20 minutes talking about okay, well, where are we going from here? What's the solution? Because we know that there's the problem. Okay, we ain't got enough people. Okay, that's there. What are we going to do to fix it? Because this got to get done. And that's how we all got to operate, because that's the spirit that our leaders put on us. All right, so Israel, I'm going to end it there. It's 5:30. Lord's will, y'all got something out the class. We got the evening class coming up at 6 o'clock. All praise to the Most High.
Yeah. Yeah.
Across the earth, the prophets move. From city streets to distant lands, the message is the same. Israel must rise. Through every quest, every journey, the truth spreads. No border can contain it. No distance can silence it. Our nation lives in every moment. In joy, we celebrate marriages. In sorrow, we honor our dead. On the Sabbath, we gather as one. Families rejoicing together, bound by the commandments of God. Yet are we tried. From the stones in Kenya to the hatred in Montana, we endure as a soldier of the Lord. And still, the mission expands. On the airwaves, on the screens, in every nation under heaven, Israel's voice is heard. We build our communities. We raise our children in royalty. We restore what was broken. We clean what was defiled. We show the world who we are. This is Israel united in Christ. Nation in motion. Nation endures.